All right, well, thank you all for being here today. My name is Abby Martin, and I am the manager at the Family Caregiver Center of Mercy. So today we will be talking about the story that you tell yourself, focusing on self-talk. What we tell ourselves is powerful because we listen. Self-talk is the story that we tell ourselves. It's that internal voice that is speaking as we go about our lives. Self-talk can be both positive or negative. Positive self-talk is that optimistic voice that you have. It makes you feel good about yourselves and the things that are going on in your life. Some examples: I have dealt with change before and I can make it through this situation. I don't feel especially great right now, but things could be worse. Things are getting more difficult, but my husband and I are still able to go on walks together, or whatever else you're still able to do. The negative version of self-talk is the more pessimistic voice. It makes you feel bad about yourself and the things going on in your life. So some examples: I got mad and yelled at my husband, I'm the worst caregiver. Or I had to ask for help from my children, I'm worthless and a burden. And some of those are pretty extreme, but I bet all of us can identify times where maybe we've said some things to ourselves that have been negative and haven't been helpful moving forward. So in order to change the way you look at things, no, let me go back. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. And that's a quote from Amy D that I thought was pretty powerful. Martin Seligman, I always say his last name wrong, is an American psychologist and a director of the Penn Positive Psychology Center. And he says, your attitude depends on how you explain to yourself the things that happen in your life, especially life's negative events and setbacks. So if you have an optimistic attitude, you are more likely to expect that a positive outcome is possible and focus on what you can do when you're faced with a decision or a change in your life. An optimistic attitude can help you avoid depression. It can help you focus on the possibilities, and can also help you motivate to move forward with whatever's happening. Our view of ourselves, our lives, and our view of others around us is instilled in us before the age of 7. So if you only have negative beliefs about yourself or your situation, your life will likely seem more overwhelming or helpless. The more negative thoughts you have, the easier it is to continue viewing your situation negatively, as our brain becomes more hardwired to do so. So at Mercy, we have received helpful tips or motivations each Monday from Molly McWilliams, who's a wonderful wellness coach that we have here. And for a while, she was sending some of those motivations from a book by Leanne Thiemann called Self-Care for Healthcare. Molly shared a while ago that each thought we have is made up of complex neural connections in our brains. And the more we have those thoughts, the stronger those connections grow. So I don't know if any of you are cross-country skiers. I'm not, but I think this visual is good. So it's kind of like a well-worn cross-country ski track in the snow. So the more you go down the path, the easier it is to keep going down that same path and not turning into another. So the more negative thoughts that you have, the more that's your regular, go-to, the easier it is to keep dwelling on things, to keep going down that same path. If you refuse to adapt or change, again, you'll stay in those same kind of grooves. The good news is you can change, and you can change the story that you're telling yourself today. So again, we have our lovely intern here, Mary Tallett, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about how to do that. So go ahead, Mary.
In school, I once did an exercise. The teacher told us to write down 10 things we did not like about ourselves. It seemed like 2 minutes later and the whole class was done and looking back at the teacher with a completed list of 10 things they did not like about themselves. The teacher then proceeded with the exercise, now telling us to write down 10 things we liked about ourselves. 2 minutes passed and not a single student was finished. 5 minutes later and the majority of the class had not finished the list, me included. This exercise I did years ago painted a clear picture that pointing out our flaws, what we are doing wrong, and just being negative is a lot easier than pointing out what we do right. what we are great at, and overall just being optimistic. It's common to be in a given situation and hear our inner voice ring with negativity. Negative self-talk is easy, but destructive to our confidence and self-esteem. Negative self-talk can only leave us feeling down about ourselves, our situation, and sometimes largely our lives. Due to the destructive nature of negative self-talk, it is so important for our self-talk to be positive, uplifting, and make us feel confident about ourselves and optimistic in the face of difficult and tough situations, forever striving to see the good. Now, of course, everyone wants their internal voice or self-talk to ring with positivity, but you may be thinking, how do I make my self-talk be positive when negative self-talk creeps in and takes over? I am going to list 3 things that you can do to avoid negative self-talk and change your self-talk in a better, more positive direction that can only help you take control back in your life, reframe your thoughts, and make you feel more confident. The first thing you can do is listen to what you are saying to yourself. Most of the time, we aren't completely aware of what we are saying in our minds. So the first step in improving your mind frame is taking notice of it and what it is saying. Today and in the future, take some time each day to listen and even write down what you are thinking. For example, right now you may be thinking, well, my self-talk is already overall pretty positive. Well, that is great. Take notice of this thought. Or you may be thinking, well, my self-talk is so far gone, it is so negative, and I can't imagine that changing. Take notice of this thought too. If we aren't aware of our self-talk, how can we reframe it? The second thing you can do is to reframe your negative self-talk is by countering the negative thought with a question to recenter, refocus, and reframe the original negative thought. When a negative thought pops in your head, ask yourself, what would I say if a friend were in a similar situation? Side note, we tend to be our own toughest critics, as I showed in my class exercise example earlier. We also rarely take the advice we were to give a friend. Remember to cut yourself some slack. You can also ask yourself, am I keeping everything in perspective? Or are you blowing this situation out of proportion? For me, as a current student, I will get one bad grade on one test and my self-talk will blossom with negativity. You're never going to get through this class. You will fail. You are not smart, are all thoughts that will race through my head. It is easy to think one situation is the end-all be-all when it rarely is. Remind yourself of this fact. Lastly, ask yourself, is there a more positive way of looking at the situation? If so, how? There almost always is a better way to view a situation, but despite this, be patient with yourself in finding how to view the situation better. The third thing you can do is to counter the negative thought with a positive one. For example, if you think, I'll never be able to do this, respond, I will be able to do this. I just need some time. In the original thought, the word never was also used. I'll never be able to do this. It is important to rid finite language like never from your thoughts. The word never is an overgeneralization that limits yourself in a way that you shouldn't be limited. In addition, this method of adding a positive question or thought after a negative programs you to add a better spin to a negative or tough situation. Although improving your self-talk is difficult and easier said than done, like any sport, the more you practice, the better you will get. Remember to be patient in the journey to reframing your self-talk. Lastly, I challenge you tonight before you go to bed to ask yourself this. What are 3 things I did well today? Believe in yourself, be confident in who you are, and know you are capable and strong enough to change the way your internal dialogue speaks to you.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. If you want to access this video, we will have more Take 10s as time goes on posted on the Mercy Medical Center YouTube page under the playlist for Family Caregiver Center. Again, we appreciate you joining us. Bye.